Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. With that, let's get up to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Standing by for the call from...
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
So pinpoint, so accurate. Sometimes we forget just how good he is. We start to take him for granted because he always places the ball exactly where it needs to be for his receivers.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Quickly now, here's a look at the Green Bay offense.
And last night, we were discussing some of the changes they've made offensively during the offseason, and we know it helps for them to have the first game at home. Hopefully this crowd, which we saw coming in, they've been here for a while, ready to go. You and I should have joined the tailgates, that's for sure. They're going to give them plenty of encouragement. They'll try and ride that wave and get their first victory of the year.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Throwing is Rodgers, and that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. And they're led out by a guy who learned from one of the great ones in his first few years in Tom Brady. This is Jimmy Garoppolo.
When you're a backup to one of the all-time great players, if you don't spend time picking that guy's brain or just watching and observing how he does things to increase your game, then you've wasted that time. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is that type of a player. I think those lessons learned have a chance to transmit themselves very well. I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. And the starting crew now for San Francisco.
Obviously a tough test for this offense right out of the gate. Road game in game 1 of the new year. Conventional wisdom says, go slow, take care of the football. I think in this case, attack early and get the home team back on their heels.
Mostert. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 15 for the Niners there, and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Mostert. And some strong running. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. To throw is Garoppolo. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 19. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. This is Mostert. He will push his way down to about the 14. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4. From the 30 on 2nd down, Rodgers over the middle, and it's incomplete. The veteran tight end Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. And a look now at the defensive starters for San Francisco.
Quan Alexander is one of the exciting linebackers in the league. His forte, speed.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. A little juke, and he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, You got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
From the 41, Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 40.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Rodgers. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with the grab. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
54, right there. 54, Mike. I got him.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
It's 4th down.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
This is fielded at the goal line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
21.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
That's a killer.
Here we go.
Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Now Mostert. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Let's go, baby.
The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Got his target, Samuel. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the play. But oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here we go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
Flushed it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Dean Lowry in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Fielded just inside the 30. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The Packers defense here, they're heading back out onto the field. And a big reason they've got the lead here in the first half.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
Here we go.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now a handoff looking right. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Garoppolo now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players than football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Rodgers throwing quickly out to Adams.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still,
No
yardage. Okay.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the 1st down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
Here's J.K. Scott now, standing just about on his own goal line. And taken right on the 30. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. The throw over the middle taken in. And he's going to get this down inside of Green Bay's 15-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 41 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Now they'll run it on the toss. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Here we go. 20.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you
and it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. From 3 yards out. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet, or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Devontae Adams in the Packer offense heading back out. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Here's Rodgers. Funches has it complete. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. A dump underneath to Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers. And Lewis has it, the tight end. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Rodgers now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot downfield. No. Guaranteed the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now they try the right side here. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he coughed it up. And the Packers pick it up. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. 4 receivers now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 4. Throwing now is Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. They'll go again to Jones. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Now Rodgers.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And it's caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. from 8 yards out as his guys are able to regain the lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Here we go. Like 20!
Now a handoff looking right. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Garoppolo's throw taken in by Samuel. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's taken down inside the 30. It'll go as a 1st down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Check, 42's the mark. Check, 42's the mark.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Tevin Coleman taking it in as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will tie things at 20 all. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
And they'll keep on the the ground with Jones. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. It's caught by Funchess. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams, 26 yards. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. The fly route works for the TD ground.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Garoppolo. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's got Lewis. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer 1st down. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Davante Adams, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's Rodgers to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And that'll make it 3rd down. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to about the 19. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Here's Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Jones. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Throwing is Rodgers. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now Jones. And the second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory, like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Here we go.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him.
Go ahead.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 19. Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Garoppolo now. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he picks up the 1st as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Working from the gun, Garoppolo.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Here we go.
They gotta have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. Garoppolo looks to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel there to make the grab. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And that will shave 1 more off this lead. A 10-play drive that time. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is recovered by the Packers, so that might just about do it. Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it with Jones. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. It's caught here by Adams. Past the 20. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. He's been the go-to guy, and they needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.